Get out of this filthy hotel, black woman. Your kind is not welcome here, shouted the receptionist, Claire, the moment she saw the black woman enter, unaware that minutes later, the woman's son would appear and make her pay for every insult. When Alara Jones entered the hotel, silence followed. Several heads turned. A little boy asked, "Mommy, does that lady work here?" His mother tugged his arm and whispered, "Don't look at her, sweetie. Those people aren't like us." Claire's cold eyes scanned Alara from head to toe. "Can I help you?" she asked, her tones soaked in disdain. "I have a reservation under Alara Jones," Alara replied calmly, handing her passport. Claire laughed. "You? A reservation? We don't rent by the hour here. I've paid in advance for 5 nights," Alara said, holding her ground. Marcus, the guard, joined in mockery. "Do you know how much it costs to stay here? This isn't a shelter." Claire sneered. "How did you pay? Government aid? Cleaning money?" Whispers spread among the guests. A man muttered, "The audacity. They think they belong here." Alara's face tightened, but she didn't raise her voice. "Please, check again. I have proof." Claire folded her arms. "We don't have rooms for you or your people." "My people?" Alara asked softly. "The ones always causing trouble," Claire replied. "Now leave before we call the police." Marcus grabbed her suitcase and shoved it toward the door. It fell open, clothes spilling out. No one helped her. Outside, under the burning sun, Alara steadied her trembling hands. She could see the employees laughing through the glass. Still, she turned back and re-entered. "I have the reservation right here," she said, showing the printed confirmation. Claire rolled her eyes. "Are you deaf too? I told you, no valid booking. It's right here. My name, date, room number. Check it again." Marcus blocked her. "Don't make a scene. Guests are uncomfortable." An older woman stood up. "How can you let someone like that in?" Another added, "Next comes theft. We know how they are." Alara's voice trembled but grew firm. "I'm only asking for respect. The same you'd show anyone else." Claire smirked. "Respect is earned, and you can't demand it here." Marcus moved closer. "Time to leave. Is it because of my skin?" Alara asked, and no one answered. Only the hum of the air conditioner filled the silence. She picked up her broken suitcase and walked out again, tears burning behind her eyes. Inside, Claire muttered, "There's a place for everyone. She should know hers." Outside, Alara sat on a bench and called her son. "David, I don't want to cause trouble, but they shouted at me, pushed me, said I didn't belong." Her voice broke. "They treated me like dirt." There was silence. Then the low growl of an engine through the phone. "Who did this?" David asked. "A woman at the desk." "Claire." "And a guard." "You didn't talk back, did you?" "No. I didn't want to embarrass you." "Embarrass me?" His voice hardened. "The shame is theirs, not yours. Please, son, let it go." But his voice turned cold. "No, Mom. Don't move. You're not leaving." "David, I'm on my way." Alara hung up slowly. Her reflection stared back from the glass doors. Tired, humiliated, yet dignified. Inside, laughter continued. 15 minutes later, the deep growl of a black luxury car broke the quiet street. It stopped in front of the hotel. David stepped out, tall, sharp suit, calm fury in his eyes. His presence silenced the lobby even before he entered. "Mom," he said softly. Alara rose, trembling. He hugged her tightly. She didn't speak. Then his tone changed. "We're going in." "David, please, the trouble is already inside." They crossed the street hand in hand. The automatic doors of the Grand Vista Hotel opened wide. Conversation stopped. Claire straightened behind the counter. "Madam, we already told you." David raised his hand. "Keep talking." She froze. Marcus stepped forward. "Sir, your companion can't." "Can't what?" David interrupted, his voice calm but cutting. Alara tried to stop him, but David gestured gently for her to stay behind. Claire composed herself. She attempted to enter without a valid reservation. "We followed hotel policy." David gave a hollow smile. "And does that policy include shoving guests or mocking them?" Marcus looked down. Claire stammered. "You must understand, sir, there are standards." "Standards," David repeated, stepping closer. "For who deserves respect and who doesn't." The guests watched silently. Some pretended to look away. "She is entering now," David said firmly. Claire's voice trembled. "Sir, you can't. Try me." He turned toward the stunned guests. "You all saw what happened, didn't you?" Silence. No one spoke. No one moved. Claire swallowed hard, her authority cracking. David placed the reservation paper on the counter. "This paper, this name, this payment," he said, tapping it, "is more than enough." Then his voice dropped to a cold whisper. "But even if it wasn't, You still don't treat her that way. Claire's lips parted, but no sound came. Marcus shifted uneasily. Alara stood still, tears pooling but unfallen. David leaned closer to the counter, eyes locked on Claire. Now, you're going to fix what you broke. The lobby fell into complete silence. Even the hum of the air conditioning seemed to fade. And just as Claire opened her mouth to speak, the sound of police sirens echoed faintly outside the hotel. She straightened her shoulders and raised her voice. Marcus, do your job. Get the both out. Now. The guard hesitated, glancing between David and Claire. Madam, maybe we should, I said now. Claire barked. We don't have to tolerate anyone walking in here and shouting. Marcus took a step forward. Alara flinched. Don't you dare lay a finger on us, David said calmly. Sir, don't force me to use force, the guard replied. David met his eyes. Use force in my hotel? Silence fell. Claire blinked, confused. Excuse me, this is my hotel, David repeated. The Grand Vista belongs to me. Every room, every salary, every uniform you wear. The room froze. Guests whispered. Claire forced a shaky laugh. Please, don't be ridiculous. David slid a black card across the counter. His name flashed on the screen. David Jones, general proprietor. Claire's face drained of color. Marcus dropped his hand. Sir, I didn't know. That's what bothers me, David interrupted. You didn't want to know. Alara watched quietly, her earlier humiliation transforming into dignity. Claire tried to speak, but failed. The head of reception ran out. Mr. Jones, we didn't know. David raised his hand. I want to see the security footage. Everything from when my mother walked in. Yes, sir, the man stammered. David turned to Claire. Pack your things. You're finished here. Sir, I was only following protocol. The only protocol here, David said, is to treat guests as people. Something you forgot. Murmurs rippled through the lobby. David continued, firm but calm. I want every staff member who saw my mother mistreated now. Within minutes, 6 employees stood before him. Claire, Marcus, the doorman, and 3 others who had stayed silent. David walked slowly past them. Each of you had a chance to do the right thing. None of you did. Sir, it wasn't our intention, Claire whispered. Not your intention to humiliate her? To deny her service? To push her out? David asked sharply. She lowered her head. Their contracts are terminated today, he told the manager. Frontline and administration. Names out of the system before noon. Yes, sir, the manager replied. Marcus tried again. Sir, I was just following orders. Orders don't justify cowardice, David said. Silence in the face of cruelty makes you complicit. The lobby went dead quiet. Only the soft tapping of a keyboard echoed. David turned to the rest. From today, this hotel changes. No one will be judged by color, clothes, or accent. Anyone who disagrees, leave now. No one moved. Claire dropped her keycard. It hit the marble with a sharp clink. Marcus followed. Without another word, they walked out under the weight of every gaze. Alara stood off to the side, eyes glistening. David approached, took her hand, and guided her to the elevator. Before stepping in, he looked back. Clean that counter, he said. Real people are going to walk in here from now on. The doors closed. Outside, Claire and Marcus's reflections shrank in the sunlight. Small as the shadow they'd left behind, the elevator rose in silence. Alara finally whispered, You didn't have to do all this, son. David met her eyes. Yes, I did. They needed to understand they can't treat you like that. When they reached the top floor, the manager waited at the suite door, nervous, leaving a bottle of water inside. Alara looked around at the vast room, the city skyline beyond the glass. All this, she murmured. I just wanted to rest. You will, David said softly. But first, they'll understand who you are. He called downstairs. Meeting in 1 hour. All management and lobby staff. Hanging up, he turned to her. They'll listen to you, Mom. One by one, they'll apologize. Alara shook her head gently. I don't need apologies. I need respect. Then that's what they'll learn, he said. An hour later, the lobby filled again. Employees stood lined up, eyes down, unsure what to do with their hands. David entered with his mother. The murmuring stopped. He spoke firmly. What happened today wasn't a mistake. It was discrimination. Cruelty disguised as protocol. And it ends now. He looked at Alara. This woman you scorned is the reason this hotel exists. She taught me to work hard and never humiliate anyone. If you can't understand that, the door's open. No one moved. Alara took a slow breath. I don't want fear, she said gently. I want the next person who walks and not to live what I did. David turned to the manager. Make sure that's true, or you'll be next to go. The man nodded. David led his mother outside, toward the garden. The fountain's soft sound broke the silence behind them. Alara lifted her eyes to the sky and, for the first time that day, smiled. David stood beside her quietly. There was nothing left to say.